Okay. I meant to be showing this one, and instead I was showing something else. Okay. This is why I'm practicing. So to give you a sense of what's great about peer coaching circles, we're going to show you what happens in the typical peer coaching circle. So first thing you need to do is have a coaching priority, and that should be might be related to your 1 year ambitious goal. So take out a piece of paper, fold it twice, and then you've got 4 boxes. First box, you want to say, what? What is your coaching priority? What's the problem, the issue? What's the thing you want to change? And the second one, you want to put, why is that important? Third box, you want to put, who is involved? Who's influenced? And last one, is there a time element? The when. Okay, great. And now that we all have a coaching priority, I'd love for some brave volunteers to come forward to begin the demonstration. We need about 4 or 5 people. And the rest of us will participate. Um, so this is a wise crowds format that you're using. And what we're going to do is one person's going to describe the problem. We're going to clarify the, the, the issue. Then they're going to go away. We're going to coach them. And they're going to take notes outside of sight. And then come back and say what was valuable. So that's the general gist of where we're headed here. So once we have our volunteers, like I said, those who are viewing it can comment via the chat. Welcome, volunteers. Let's do a quick icebreaker. Everyone say just how you're doing. Thumbs up. Okay, great. All right, so can I have someone read the values? Participate fully in the circle, communicate your needs. Needs are not being met, say so. Help members clarify their needs, respect their needs. Help members exchange feedback, inquiry, resources, and emotional support. Fire to meet each other's needs. Right? So can I have somebody else read the ground rules? Start and end on time. Confidential is assured. Keep the process highly focused. Manage your time slot. Help the circle to help you. All opinions are honored. One can disagree with other members and the facilitator. Contact the facilitator and other members if you cannot attend the next session. All right. So then we do all this demonstrating, and it goes really well. People have a chance to ask questions in the chat. So then I say, before we hook you up with your group, I want to make sure we all know more about what peer coaching circle involves. They meet 2 hours once a month for 8 months, starting in May, going through December. And in the groups, everyone is peers. Everyone takes an equal turn, including the facilitator. During your timed turn, you will get listened to and be given feedback, asked questions, and possibly provided resources in the chat related to your goal. Typically at the end, there's a few minutes are left, maybe 1 or 2, in which, or 3, which you'll say what you're committed to doing before the next meeting. Also be aware of something that Michael Bungay Steiner says in the advice trap, which is we all love to give advice. Who loves to give advice? Okay, yeah. So this is the advice monster. We don't want to invite it to our groups. So you may be wondering, why not give advice? Isn't that what we're here to do? Well, actually, advice monster is not a friend because despite the smiley face, there's lots of problems with advice. First, givers often are solving the wrong problem, since the key problem often needs to be clarified. You can spend a third of the time clarifying the problem. Definitely in a coaching session. Second, um, giving advice from the outside, we don't have the full picture. So even if we have the real problem, the person who's being coached knows more than us. Third, our mission is to unleash power. Advice can be disempowering and demotivating unless we ask for it. So we don't want to undermine people's sense of their own power. So what do we do instead? Questions. Be humble. be curious, listen well, let people lean in. They truly do know the best. So do you agree people can best solve their own problems? Okay. And now, do you agree to kick out the advice monster if it shows up? Okay. And as I said, it's not cut and dry. If people ask for advice, it can be empowering. But do not ask your questions in the guise of don't give advice in the guise of questions. So what are some good questions? These are 7. Anyone stand out for someone? Take a chance to read them over. People generally love if you're saying yes to this, what are you saying no to? And what's the real challenge for you is like, what's going to get in your way? What might stop you? Or, um, yeah. And then this is a mo reminder mostly for our facilitators that coaching is more akin to snorkeling, where we focus on the future, than counseling and therapy, where we dig deeper and deeper with special training. So we do not touch the snorkeling in the coaching world. So besides avoiding advice, I want to remind us that we are part of a lean-in movement. Leaning means like going outside your comfort zone, your stretch zone. I encourage you to welcome feelings and vulnerability. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to cry. Um, the timer will go off even if you don't like listening to crying. And then the groups are run by volunteers. So make sure to thank the people who have stepped up to lead. This can be a messy process. We're sorting out who's going to lead, who's going to assist. It's all worth the effort, I promise you. And make sure you offer to help in some way, be an assistant, take a photo, do something to make, and just show up. So you're going to connect in your small group, set some dates for your future meetings, talk about the schedule, what you're going to do if people can't show up. Then go ahead and practice listening to each other. You've all written a coaching priority. Maybe you share your coaching priority. Maybe you, figure out who's got the Zoom that you want to use. And we'll come back in 35 minutes at 10:20 for some evaluation and appreciation. And if you happen to be in a group that doesn't work for you, feel free to come back to the main group. We'll have somebody, one of the people who is going to run a group who can't be here is Jan. So um, either Vicky or myself will run that group. If you are available on Tuesdays, I believe, Eastern Central Time in the evening, that might be a group for you. We can convene that group here today. So if you haven't found a group, stick around. And when people come back, I want to encourage people, if you're not already leading a group, to think about leading one in the future. And then we use a particular process to end up our groups, rating meetings from 1 to 5, saying why that number and what you could have done to make it a 5. And that is it.